What's something from the barracks that lives rent-free in your head? There was this guy named Jackson in our unit who never got any mail during the entire 8 weeks of basic training at Fort Benning. While everyone else was getting care packages full of cookies and letters from home every week, Jackson would just sit quietly on his bunk, reading the same beat-up paperback copy of The Outsiders over and over again. We all felt bad for him, but Jackson never seemed bothered by it. He'd just smile and say his family wasn't much for writing letters. The rest of us started sharing our snacks with him from our care packages, offering everything from homemade brownies to beef jerky, but he always politely declined, saying he was fine and didn't need anything. About halfway through training, our drill sergeant started calling out Jackson during mail call just to mess with him. "Jackson, nothing again today, what a big surprise," he'd announce loudly. The whole barracks would go dead silent, but Jackson never reacted. He'd just nod respectfully and go back to his worn-out book. Then one day during week 6, something unexpected happened. During mail call, the drill sergeant actually called Jackson's name and had a real letter for him. We were all excited, thinking finally someone remembered him. But when Jackson opened it and read it, his face went completely white. He immediately crumpled it up and threw it in the trash without saying a word. That night after lights out, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I snuck over to the trash and carefully unfolded the letter. It was from a social worker telling him that his foster family had decided they didn't want him back after military service. He was aging out of the system with nowhere to go. I felt sick. Here we were complaining about being homesick, and Jackson literally had no home to return to. The next morning, I did something that could have gotten me in trouble. I wrote a letter to my parents explaining Jackson's situation and asking if they could help. 2 weeks later, during our final mail call, the drill sergeant called Jackson's name with a huge smile. This time, Jackson received a massive care package. Inside was a letter from my mom that said, "Welcome to our family, son. Your bedroom will be ready when you get home." Jackson started crying right there in front of everyone. When he looked at me with tears streaming down his face, I just said, "Everyone deserves a real family, man." 10 years later, my parents still call him their second son.